Hey everybody, it's the end of the night at Disneyland. It's getting kind of quiet and I'm standing in front of the train station. As you can see, I had something happen at Disneyland today that I wanted to share with you, and I want to share with you what I did. So I was standing in front of the steps right here watching the fireworks. I'm going to turn around because I had this really killer view of the castle, and they were doing Remember Dreams Come True again, which is a really great show. And so it really wasn't very crowded, and this woman kind of shoved past me and she said, "Excuse me, can I get through here?" And there wasn't very many people, so there was literally no need for her to shove through us, because if she went over like two people, she could have gone around. And then so when she was gonna shove through, I said, we're trying to watch. And then she got very mean, and in front of her small children called me a really disgusting name, and then literally got in my face, like right here, and I'm standing on the curb, and glared at me, and I'm all pixie dust and everything, but let me tell you, I grew up in kind of a rough neighborhood and I can give it right back with no problem. And so I just looked at her and then I kept watching the fireworks, and she was kind of glaring at me and I just ignored her. And in that moment, I grabbed my phone to record because I was afraid she was going to assault me or something. She was a little rough around the edges and, talking like that in front of her kids. And so I was kind of nervous, actually, and I was looking for cast members to call security if there was a problem. And I just kind of had this thought, and I thought, you know what? I bet these people don't come to Disneyland all the time like I do, and I bet she had something happen, a horrible day, or maybe she just has a horrible life. Maybe her life is really hard. So even though she was wrong and she shoved me and cursed at me, I walked up to her. I went up behind her right as fireworks ended, and I really gently touched her on the shoulder, and I leaned in and I said, "You know what? I am really sorry, and I really want you to enjoy the rest of your day." And this woman who was kind of scary softened, and she looked at me and was like, "It's okay. Some man was pushing me and we were just trying to get through." And it was a really profound moment for me, and it was one of those times when God taps you on the shoulder and is like, do this. And I had a choice in that moment. And I've done videos about dealing with crowds and stuff like that. And when you're at the parks, sometimes you get challenged. You really get challenged about your character. Believe it or not, you're at Disneyland. Like, why would my character be challenged? Your character gets challenged when you're waiting for fireworks, or you're in the middle of the show and someone steps in front of you, and it's maddening. It is. Somebody runs you over with a stroller, somebody runs into you, and we have these moments where we can decide who we're going to be. And I'm really glad I made the right choice. I'm not going to say I always do. I've had my moments where I'm like, irritated, woman pushing me. And I was irritated at the moment. It was irritating. It was irritating. I'm not going to lie. But I had a choice in that moment. And I would suggest that when you're in a difficult situation, sometimes it's better to do the right thing than to be right. I was right. I was the right one. I didn't curse at her and I didn't shove her, but it felt better to do the right thing. Good night.